episode number 3. I'm Bruno with Breakers Club. We got Sergio with Ironbound Breaks and Lewis with Kanto Collectors.
What's up, gentlemen?
Great introduction. Thank you.
How you guys doing?
Episode 3. We're official now.
Doing well. Doing well.
We are not sadly not joined by Mr. Kevin today. So,
yeah,
Kevin is, you are missed.
You are missed.
Indeed. We won't forget you. Last episode, we were touching up on some of the Valentine's Day stuff that we were thinking about doing with our significant others. Pretty funny stuff that came up. That's why I kind of wish Kevin was here. I wanted to see if he actually got to enjoy the edible anuses.
He got a whole case.
He did?
Yeah, because they're from overseas.
Oh man, they're gone. They're gone by now.
Eating ass for the next month.
Yeah,
love that shit.
Yep, that's funny.
Coming Valentine's Day 2026.
The last ass I'll ever eat.
That's great.
That was wild, though. Come on, that's people are sick, man. Honestly, you could say you're into like crazy shit, but come on, really? I don't know. Don't ever get me that for Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. No.
Your 40th. Those are going to be the party favors.
Yeah.
That's how you know I haven't been down here in forever, because he gets all crazy.
What did you guys end up doing anyway on Valentine's Day? Just real quick, what I did is exactly what I said I would do. Just a little dinner. That's basically it. Just relaxing night. Any interesting stories for you?
What was the dinner? This guy, he's just like, with dinner, what did you have?
We went to this Middle Eastern place by me. Kind of like a modern Turkish place. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But
nice.
Nothing special.
Yeah, we did dinner. We went to a Portuguese restaurant actually a Spanish restaurant in Newark the night of Valentine's Day. And then the weekend, we took advantage since we were off President's Day. We went down to Atlantic City. So we stayed there Sunday into Monday, which was pretty cool.
A little gambling?
Yes, a little gambling. I was at a table, fun fact. I was at a table and black would not stop hitting, and I was hammering down each and every time. Walked away pretty well off for the night. It was one of those tables that black number just filled the entire screen. There wasn't one red.
Nice.
We got to watch the Winter Classic game, the Ranger game, which was pretty cool. Would have been cool to go to that game, actually. Was that MetLife? They had the one game on Saturday, then the other one on Sunday.
I think I saw a stat that, is it the Rangers that have won every outdoor game ever played or some shit like that, right?
I wouldn't know, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. I think it's somebody, like, I think I saw a post. Nice.
Yeah.
But I had we went all out this year, as you guys recall from my story. We went to the city. It was fun. We got there. Okay, so story time, and I'll try to be as fast as possible with this story, but it's crazy. Obviously everything happens to me, right? Like, just like Bruno with no gambling. It's just like we all have that thing. So my thing is always like it's always something with payment. It's always like something always gets fucked up. Something always gets fucked up every time there's a big purchase. Anyways, get to the restaurant was right by Holland Tunnel. So I go to a parking garage, go up to the parking garage, and they're like, "No, we're closed." And I'm like, "Fuck? What do you guys mean you're closed?" "No, we close early." I'm like, "All right, cool." They're like, "There's one that's open 24 hours, like two blocks down." I'm like, "All right, cool." Thank God we went early into the city. Reservations were at 9. I think we're roughly, right now it's like 8 o'clock, right? Go look for the other place. Go. The guy's like, "I'm only open till midnight." I'm like, "That's fine. Dinner's at 9. We'll probably be back here like 10:30, 11 latest, right?" Cool. He's like, "All right, he's like, "You want to pay now? You want to pay later?" I was like, "Up to you, whatever." He's like, "I'll just pay later." I was like, "All right, cool." Right? Go, we walk. I think it was like 4.5 blocks, I think. Get to the restaurant. They were really, really nice. Really, really nice. Peruvian spot, high end. Really, I recommend it 1,000%. They take us downstairs to like their little like waiting area, and then they give us like a drink menu. We're having drinks. Go upstairs, get our table, do the whole. They had a fixed menu. Do that whole thing. It's cool. Now we're just waiting there, with the dessert. As for the check, right? I go and I use my credit card, and I go and I do the tap, and it gets declined, and I'm like, no fucking way. And Jess is like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, no, there's available credit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You need to relax. Stop looking at me like that. The guy's like, what, you want to try it again? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to try it again. Tried it again. Declined. The second decline, I get a text message on my phone that says fraud alert. I'm like, motherfuckers. Call him up. Start talking to Akshay. Akshay, what's up, man? He's like, you need to verify these 3 purchases. I got you, bro. That's it. All right, cool. Awesome. He's like, you're in the city? I'm like, yeah. You're embarrassing me. Let's get this going. He's like, all right, cool. Go. All right, peace out. Go for it. Call the guy again, right? Garçon, right? We're ready. Boom. Declined again. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now, mind you, I did not bring cash. I did not, because I was so sure. You know what I mean? And I'm like, the guy's like, listen, it's no problem. Call your bank. Take care of it. This happens a lot. You'll be surprised. This happens a lot. People from out of state and all this crap. And I'm like, or you guys probably have like shitty like Clover or something that like everything gets flat.
We're on toast.
I was like, you gotta get square, man. That shit never. I call Akshay again. I'm like, Akshay, let me talk to Auntie, because whatever you did not work. Let's talk to Auntie. I need you to stay on the phone while this gets done, because I'm not hanging up until this shit goes through. Call homeboy again. Auntie's like, all right, try it. We try it. It goes through. Meanwhile, this whole time, Jess thinks that I'm like broke. Like, she's like, money. He brought me out here. God, I'm so embarrassed. This is why I don't go out. And I'm like, it was for fraud. Now, at a restaurant, it's Valentine's Day. It's 10 o'clock, whatever, right? And that gets marked as fraudulent. Anyways, now it's now 11:30. And I'm signing this slip, and I'm like, we need to run, because if my car gets stuck overnight, I'm going to lose my shit. So now we're running to the freaking parking lot. I got to the parking lot 11:50, right? And I'm like, oh, what's up? I think I had in the car, I had like $7 cash that I gave the guy as a tip. And he goes and he's like, it's after 11:30. I don't know if I can run the machine for the card. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, usually they break it down like at 11:30. They just like turn off the machine to do the end of day processing. I'm like, well, let's try it. He tries it. The car gets fucking flagged again for fraud. And I'm like, at that point, I just took out my debit card and I was like, here, just try this one. And he's like, yeah, it went through. All right, cool. Awesome. Here's your $7. I need to get out of the city right now.
I hate going to New York City. Hate it with a passion.
Oh, man. I usually Uber there. Like if I've gone to a show or something, or if I've gone to whatever, I try to Uber there. Because Uber's not that bad from my house, because it's I'm right off of 78.
Yeah.
But dude, the Uber prices that night, they were $150.
Oh yeah.
To that restaurant. I was like, no way, it's not worth it. $150 to get into the city and then to get back out. I was like, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, if I have to go into the city, I want to drive, because I want to know when the hell I want to be able to get in my car and get the hell out of there whenever I want.
Yeah.
I know it sucks looking for parking and all that shit, but I'm not playing that game.
Yeah. But anyways, that was my Valentine's Day, which is great. Food was great.
Declined. Should be on the phone with the guy. Just say frog charge? Fraud. Frog?
Oh. The guys at the restaurant would be like, this fucking guy.
Oh, man, that's good.
I hope they let me back in.
All right, Lewis.
I always thought that it was weird that NBA All-Star Weekend is always on Valentine's Day. Isn't that kind of weird?
I've never seen an All-Star game.
No?
It's all right. I mean, it's kind of exciting. It just depends, but they like to take advantage of holidays. Sports typically do. I mean, you got a ton of sports for Christmas weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, they like to take advantage of stuff like that. But it is kind of weird about Valentine's Day. Like, why that?
That one specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's always. I remember there's always a Knicks game on Christmas Day, right? Like I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always a Knicks
make sense. Those make sense because you usually have family over, and after you're done eating, the older crowd, they like to stay bullshitting, and then like the kids will go and watch like a game. So those football games, those basketball games, those make a lot of sense.
Right. Right, like the Thanksgiving games and stuff. Yeah.
But it's like if there's someone who's like absolutely like into basketball and has to watch the All-Star game, it's like, oh well, I can't watch it because I got to hang out with my girl, or it's like, oh, my girl's coming over so we can watch the All-Star game.
Well, I think if you're really into basketball that you have to watch the basketball game, I don't think you have a girlfriend.
Touche. And it's just like the Pro Bowl. Like the games leading up to the game are actually a lot more entertaining than the game itself.
Yeah.
The drills.
Yeah, like the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, that was actually pretty cool this year.
Yeah, I mean the actual All-Star game. I mean there's no competition. I mean they're just literally launching the ball from they're launching the ball from anywhere in the arena to try to hit a three. It's wild. The score itself was like 180 to like 150, something crazy like that.
The over under I think was like, I don't know, like 350 or some shit like that.
Yeah, so I mean it was all right. I thought that I thought the slam dunk contest was better. Mm-hmm. I liked that they incorporated Caitlin Clark. I mean not Caitlin Clark. Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, that was cool.
I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
It just made people see that side of the sport that they're probably not caring about as much.
What did they do?
So Sabrina Ionescu is like the leading 3-point. She's one of the leading scorers in the WNBA. Like she's a legit shooter, and probably one of the best of all time. And she basically challenged Steph Curry, or they had some sort of Twitter exchange, and she challenged him, and he accepted. And so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. It just goes to show you like where we're at in this day and age.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when Caitlin Clark though comes in, because she's she's going nuts. If you see her highlights, I mean, shout out to those women, because she's a highlight reel every game. So she
the NBA might draft her.
What was that?
I said the NBA might draft her.
She's definitely going to bring some new, fresh eyes to the WNBA. I think she will help. I mean, it's still the WNBA that got a lot of work to do, but I think that her stardom right now is going to help a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. But I mean, we need that to work out so we can rip some WNBA Prism.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna skyrocket.
Nah, not anytime soon.
When Sabrina was a rookie, that's really when there was some sort of people were actually buying it.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, like, was it like two or 3 years ago? I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yep, there was a little interest for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens now. I mean, there's still some women that hold some value versus what you pay for the box. I mean, I think the box you could get it for like $60, $70.
For hobby?
But like, yeah,
Damn.
insane. But there are still some women on there that you can, even just the numbered parallels.
See, I thought it was boom or bust. I thought it was like, unless you're getting those, then
exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, overall NBA All-Star weekend, the game, I thought it was okay. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton killed it. Damian Lillard, I think he was the MVP if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I think Patrick Mahomes was the MVP.
He probably was. Taylor Swift was there.
Did you saw those memes of Messi winning the Super Bowl?
What? No.
So I don't know if you guys know, but like Messi won the FIFA award, like best of the best or whatever. And there was this like whole bandwagon of people saying how he didn't deserve it because his numbers were just really low compared to other soccer players this year. Like it should have gone to Haaland, or should have gone to somebody else. Somebody said I think Mbappe said that he's not going to those awards anymore because it's just a joke. But anyways, they were saying that like, you know, Messi scored like 6 goals in the whole season. How does he get like, you know, that award? Like it's not fair. So then they made it seem more like a legacy award this year. It kind of tended to look like just to give it to him, right? So then there was this video that that went viral, Messi coming home with the trophy, and his son is like, "You got that?" Like, "Yeah." Like, "This year?" And then it's like, "Yeah." And it's like the caption was like, "Damn, his son doesn't even believe that he got it." Like, so then all the memes were saying like they had like the Golden Globes. They had Messi winning a Golden Globe for Best Actor. They had him winning the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, so it's like all the memes of him just winning everything.
That's great.
Was this like was it like a achievement thing, or was it like a seasonal thing?
No, it was a seasonal thing. That was the whole that was the whole controversy of it.
That's great.
I want to see him win the home run derby.
Oh man, but yeah, it was funny. Oh,
that
man.
is funny.
But oh man, poor Messi. Yes. So MLB new uniforms, new see-through uniforms.
What is the deal with that? So the uniform thing, do they normally do this every few years where they change it up, or is it?
No. So apparently, this is the first year that Fanatics has completely taken over.
Okay.
So Nike is still designing it.
Okay.
But Fanatics is producing it. And they just cut corners left and right. This is
probably Fanatics.
No,
I've been hearing a lot about that.
No, Nike designs it. So Nike is designing it on a color level, on a logo level, not on a material level.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So cutting corners in the production aspect.
Yeah, and it's like it's hilarious because they are so see-through. So see-through. I mean, if you look at some of these pictures,
I need to erase my Google search because I just Googled MLB see-through pants, and it's literally a bunch of baseball players,
bunch of
white pants zoomed in on their grundles.
Yeah.
But I feel like even when I was reading up on some of the stuff, like a couple articles, they mentioned something to the effect of, has it always been like that, or are they just noticing it now because of what's happening? Because some of those white jerseys, I feel like if it's tight enough, you can probably see through it, especially with the jerseys where they have like the airiness to it, just for the athletes.
But the biggest thing was the pants. The pants was the biggest thing.
So these are MLB issued game playing pants, not like apparel that you can buy through Fanatics through the store to wear.
Correct. This is MLB's player on field apparel.
Okay.
On
Yeah,
field
because I know Fanatics has had like some like production issues with the apparel that they sell at their store. As fan gear.
Yeah, because before, if you go to the store, you can get a replica jersey for about $120. You could get a authentic jersey for about $320.
Right.
And then you can get a team issued jersey for about $600. Those were the benchmarks of MLB jerseys. What does that mean? That means that if you're on a consumer level and you go to Models or Dick's and you want a jersey of Jeter, right?
Yeah.
It would cost you for kids $90, for adults $120, and it was a replica jersey. It would fit nice, It was sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, right? Now, once you get to the authentic level, the $200+ that jersey now is not a size like medium, extra large. It's a number, a size 42, size 40, like a jacket.
Yeah.
Right. Then you get what's called the team issued jerseys, which what that means is that each player gets 3 to 5 jerseys in their locker that they're going to wear for that game. And sometimes what they don't get used, they'll take it upstairs to the memorabilia shop. So you can essentially buy a jersey that's been hung in the locker of
fitted for the player.
Yeah. And but this was one of the pictures. I was going nuts. You can see the pants have never been this see-through. Pants have never been this see-through ever.
Because I know in football the tights, like they're pretty transparent, but
right.
Yeah.
In baseball, I've never noticed them to be like this. See, like the one on the left right there, that Dodgers, the gray one, it doesn't look too bad, but the white ones are pretty bad.
That is white.
This is white.
That's white.
The problem.
Oh, okay. It looked gray.
Yeah.
But it's like
you could see. What was that, Bartolo Colon? you could see his veins.
Yeah, I mean, there's other pictures that are pretty NSFW. I thank God they don't come up on my computer because obviously I'm not into that.
It's one of your subreddits.
But Jess has been having fun sending me pictures all day, showing me ass and balls and dicks from all the baseball players you could ever.
I mean, that's the pictures that you're sharing right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like crazy because I'm reading an article actually, or just pulled it up. They were citing multiple league sources swear the pants are the same ones that they used last year. That's impossible because people would have been all over that.
Yeah.
There's
People would have been all over it. Yeah.
There's no way. They definitely did something weird to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're outsourcing the fabric.
But, I mean, what's the big deal right now? Like, what? They can't just redo them? What's the problem?
There's a shortage because, well, the biggest thing here is that that Fanatics shit the bed, and whatever they sourced, they just can't. It's like for example, it's like Bruno. It's like It's like you order 1,000 T-shirts for the festival.
Yeah.
Right. And you got them done. Now it's a week. Now it's the week of the festival. Impossible to get another 1,000.
When does spring training start?
Started already.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why we have pictures. That's why we have pictures.
gotcha.
Because, spring training is already going full on.
Spring training has started. We get to see everything that has been blooming.
Oh man, that's good. That's good.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's what's going on in the fashion world of sports right now.
That's funny, man.
Back to you, Bruno.
MLB jersey. That's funny. We actually had not we, but the hobby in general had a pretty cool weekend. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you think overall on what this means for the hobby. But Tops or Fanatics, they had Tops Hobby Rip Night across the country. Now, in doing so, what they did is they had athletes go to a bunch of these local card shops and hobby shops and basically just be there with the fans, and they're opening up boxes. They're doing all sorts of crazy things with the collectors.
Anyone that we know came to Jersey?
To Jersey? I don't know about...
Did someone go to Santiago, maybe?
He did
Monmouth.
something with the Yankees a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know about Jersey. I mean, there was a lot. There were the big boys, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rob's Loaded Bases might be one of them that had somebody go to their store.
I saw Nash cards in Nashville. They had Johnny Manziel. I saw that. It was all over social media. Different athletes, former athletes, going into hobby stores and connecting with people and opening up cards.
Yeah, I mean, some of the highlights that they had or videos that they posted on social media from Tops and all these shops. I mean, they're doing pack wars with the athletes. They're doing raffles, giveaways. They're doing Q&As with the guys.
Yep.
Giving away merchandise, stuff like that. I mean, I'm just going to go through some of the names here. The big one, obviously, Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Dylan Harper, they were at Skybox Collectibles at Citi Field. You had Kevin Durant, OBJ, and Joe Burrow with Rip Valley in Phoenix. That's Brandon. He's a really good guy. He started up a shop there not too long ago. They're doing really good. Ronald Acuna Jr. was in Florida. Meek Mill and Chipper Jones. Corbin Carroll. Dude, I mean, Robert Kraft was in one of the shops.
That's cool.
I mean, that's good
it's
stuff.
One of those things like
Awesome.
Fanatics coming along. It's not going to be like a light switch where all of a sudden everybody's going to go, flock over to Fanatics. I mean, like Bruno, we've been doing this for a while. How long before you gave Panini trust in anything? It's like when Panini first started really coming out with the bigger products. It's like it's Upper Deck or it's Tops for me. Who's this
Right.
Panini? Never heard of her.
It happens all the time.
Well, she's Italian, so
Dude, it happens all the time. These companies come and go. They get bought out. They get whatever the case may be. If it's not this for these 10 years, next 10 years, there's somebody else that's going to look or that's going to do something good with it, and so on and so forth, and maybe revive some of the older stuff like they've done. I mean, something that Panini has done that I appreciate is they've bought out the Don Russ, stuff like that, and they've revived it and made it into their own.
Yeah.
So they kind of kept that kind of culture going because there were specific Don Russ collectors or some other stuff along the lines.
Which could be what Fanatics comes in and does with Tops, because if you got rid of the Bowman, it's Bowman is the prospect product. You can't discontinue it. You can't do that.
Right. So I mean, you can obviously argue and debate and pros and cons all across the board, critique, do all that stuff, and that's fine, and you should. You should always do that. But for this past weekend, my opinion, I thought it was really, really good, really positive for the hobby. I thought it was super engaging. I thought that it got a lot of people involved and excited about just opening up a pack of cards. I mean, that's what it all boiled down to. Yeah. Even Steve Aoki was out there. There's a cool video of him, like at the end of the night. He says, "Oh, we're wrapping up Topps Hobby Rip Night," and he launches one of his signature cakes to like the card shop owner's like face. It was cool stuff. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you need to at least respect what they're doing, because they're putting a lot of thought into this, and this is definitely a positive for the hobby for sure.
And a lot of it, and putting it together too, and a lot of it, it's not like, all right, they reached out to like Kevin Durant, hey, we would like for you to come out. A lot of these people we know are known in the hobby, like they're collectors themselves. They've made it public.
Yeah.
So, but like just kind of off from what we were just discussing, and we don't have to jump into it now, but I am curious to see eventually what Fanatics will do as far as comparing products that they're going to put out to what we see in Panini now. Like what's going to be their flawless? Are they going to stick to like the Topps, release under the Topps name and come out with like 5-star and museum collection and things like that, or if they're going to come out with new sets? So, I mean, it doesn't have to be for this. But.
No, I mean, I think
Queen,
that's
man. Gypsy Queen. Good, that's what it's all about.
I think that's a good question. I mean, I don't like seeing a lot of sets. Like, I think one a month is more than enough. Once you start going into 2 or 3, I think you're just overdoing it. But in terms of like the high end, like Panini had at least a good structure in like, okay, we're expecting Prism. You know, that's upper echelon of the rookie card. So Prism Select, those are things you look for. Donruss Optic. Then you have the National Treasures and the Flawless. Those are the sets that are the best selling. They look the best. I mean, those are like the iconic rookie cards. Topps, on the other hand, I mean, they don't really. I'm trying to think, what do they have for high end? Because we know obviously Topps Chrome, Bowman, and Topps Chrome.
Yeah, those are the flagship. Which is what I was explaining to somebody at a show the other day. They're like, why upper deck SP Authentic. It's like somebody was we were talking about a 1-1 Chad Ochocinco card that I have, and we were trying to value it. And I said, well, when you're looking up the price, you can compare it to like a Prism, because this was Upper Deck's flagship product. This was their Prism.
Right.
You know, this was their Topps Chrome of the day. Like, that's what you kind of have to compare it to if you're looking for a comp on something like that.
Right.
And then you have your offshoot, like your Elements, and your Zenith, and all those other different products, your Impeccables and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately it's Optic, Prism, Topps Chrome,
Bowman for prospects.
Bowman, and then Bowman Chrome. Yep. Then they have like Transcendent. Like what's going to be the Fanatics football version of Flawless?
It's probably that, if they do that, which is going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You guys are forgetting Topps Heritage.
Topps Heritage.
Throw that on the Walmart shelves. Keep that there.
Forgetting Topps Heritage update.
Come on, man.
Sergio, I got so excited when my rep called me. He's like, hey, I have some Topps product. Do you want it? It's baseball. And I was like, fuck yeah. He's like, I got a whole case. It's called Topps Heritage. You want it? I was like, yeah, I'll take whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. And then I tell Bruno and Kevin, I'm like, guys, I got Topps Heritage. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you take that?
I called you back. I also got some Leaf baseball and some
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude. Were you in that phone call? What's
Hey, I got this sucker in Jersey. He'll buy anything.
Yeah.
Yep. This fucking kid. I don't know why, but he has an account. Let's throw it over there.
That's funny. They hung up the phone and they all turned around in the little cubicle like, "We got him. We got him.
We got him, lads." Yeah, they went to drink.
Like that phone call that Leonardo DiCaprio makes in Wolf of Wall Street. Hey, Bob, let me take. Can I talk to you for about 30 seconds?
Oh man,
this stock just hit my desk. Have you ever heard of Topps Heritage Baseball?
No, it's better. It's better than the Onyx you took last time. Better.
Oh, 1,000%, man.
Oh man.
Well, you did bring up Leaf, and I'll tell you what. I broke a case of the Leaf Art of Sport.
Dude,
it's not that bad.
That was like, beautiful.
That was good stuff.
Really, you just do a hit draft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and freaking Danny got the Messi card.
So the funny thing about Danny, DJ Sports.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah. So I did two. We did 2 half cases. In the first one, he ended up getting like the top whatever spots. He got the number 1 pick, and then a couple of other like towards
the number
the top.
3 pick. 1 and 3 he got.
Something like that, yeah. So he was good. He lucked out. So then he got into the second one, and all his picks were right at the bottom. He had the last pick.
That's why I didn't get in the second one. I was like, nope.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
No, yeah, it was good stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys think about Leaf. I'm not a huge fan, but I do appreciate the effort that they put into the cards.
I mean, dude,
some of them are pretty nice.
Those quad relics are insane. Like, not even like, forget about the resale for a second, right? Just the collective side of it, the collectible side.
Exactly.
Like, I think one of them had Pele. It had Pele, Ronaldo. I forget the other. Maradona and I can't remember.
Messi, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was Messi. I don't know, but just to have that, like, in a card, just to own that, like just to own it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anything.
No, go ahead.
Any relic, any Ronaldo relic is a 3-digit card.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. You know what I mean? Especially the way soccer has blown up. You know, like, I mean, I know, like, we really don't see it, but I've seen some soccer cards go up crazy. You know, excuse me, but yeah, just the fact that, and then they had that other card that was funny was the one of the actor, what's his name in the basketball,
Chevy Chase.
That was a cool card. That was fun. And even the guy that got it, he was super pumped because he even posted in the group when he got the mail day. He was like, "This is cool." He's like, "This is definitely going in my PC." Like, you know.
So the cool thing about that card,
you
know? See, a card like that, he was actually talking to me because he wasn't really sure. I think he's pretty new to the breaking and all that. So, you know, he'll ask questions, stuff like that. And I told him, I'm like, look, you know, the whole point of the hit draft is it's what you want to do. Do you want to resell or do you want to collect? I'm like, personally, if it was me, like, I would love a card like that. It's like a $30 card. But I'm like, you know, for me, I'd love to keep that card for myself because I'm a fan of his. You know what I mean? And I think it's a cool card. So that's how I would approach that pick if I was you or if I was in your position. But of course, and then I gave him the alternative. I'm like, but if you are trying to resell or trying to make some money back, then go with these, you know, other 2 options or whatever it was.
Go with a higher card.
Really, like, it's your choice.
You could probably buy that Chevy Chase card.
You're over here.
Right.
You over here advising financially. You didn't give me none of that shit.
No, man, you just have to figure it out.
You know, I wanted that Maradona card so bad, and I was so pumped. I was like, yo, no one's taking that Maradona card. That shit is mine. And then they take it, and I'm like, fuck.
No, you had some soccer guys on there, and they know because Leaf is big on soccer. They put a lot of good soccer in there.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. I'd rather buy into something that's Leaf, even though it's not licensed, then get like draft picks.
Right.
Like buy a licensed draft picks product.
Yeah.
Being in the area that we're in, we're not huge into college over here. But even if we were, it's like cards of, draft pick cards are just like, we know what it is. It's a tease that comes out with new players that had just gone drafted or in the process of getting drafted, and then once their professional uniform stuff comes out, that stuff's pretty much valueless unless you're into that stuff.
Oh yeah, when's our next show?
It's March 8th through the 10th. That's Philly. You're not going.
Right, and what's after that?
I mean, there's a ton of stuff coming up.
Have you booked anything after that? Or not yet?
Hold on. All right, so coming up, we have the Philly show, and that same weekend, dude, there's that same weekend, the 8th through the 10th, or that Saturday and Sunday, you got Philly show, you got the Nashville card show, which I heard was pretty good too. I definitely want to go to one of those one of these days. You had Collecticon in LA, the Front Row card show, that's in Arizona. I heard that one was pretty good too. Week after, you got Dallas.
Well, there's also that thing, there's like a birthday bash on the 9th. My son's party.
Yeah.
It's not on the calendar?
It's not on the calendar because you guys will be in Philly.
Listen, if you ever want to go to Nashville, I am down.
You want to go?
Fucking awesome. When is it?
Dude, that's crazy because I was talking to the guy and he said, you got to let me know if you're coming. This one was the 8th through the 10th, but there's more. National, we got July 5th through the 7th. And there's another one, October 11th through the 13th, which is one that I'm kind of curious about.
I could probably swing that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nashville's a fun time.
Boys trip to Nashville.
Listen,
I would love to go. I heard it's a good show.
Yeah, I heard it's a good show too.
Yeah. Enough about the show. Nashville itself.
I've never been, so
it's so cool.
Yeah, man, ton of shows for sure every month, but
yeah, because I don't have anything booked right now.
Nothing?
I don't have any shows lined up right now. No.
You got April coming up, Chantilly. You got the Boston show. Fishtown is in April, 27th, 28th.
Actually, did you guys see the social media posts about the Brotherly Love show? That show looked really, really good.
Definitely.
I wish Danny was here to tell us because he was there.
Yeah, Danny posted, and then
phone him in.
They had like news coverage on
Somebody
it.
Want to text? Actually, I'll text him. See if he wants to chime in real quick.
Chime in real quick to tell us about the show.
Definitely looked good. It looked nice. It looked organized.
Yeah. I saw he went live too.
They asked me at Fishtown if I wanted to do it. The only thing is, it was right around. I couldn't do the 2 shows in February. I did just on the Fishtown one 2 weeks before.
Yeah. You were gonna get beat up by the wife, the girlfriend.
They wrote, "Hello, we would love to have you at our next show on 2/24/24. It's taking place at the Pennsylvania Convention Center in downtown Philadelphia. 250 tables. We still have a few vendor tables for sale if you're interested. Info in our bio." And I'm like, "Hi, unfortunately, if I did 2 shows in February, I'd be spending Valentine's Day alone. Thanks for reaching out, though. Look forward to doing one with you guys in the future."
No, it definitely looked like a good show. These are the same guys that run Cherry Hill, right?
No, the Fishtown guys are the same guys that run Cherry Hill.
Right. That's right.
Actually, the first time I did, it's this Delcorp's. I got a table through him the first time I did Fishtown because he had bought in 5 tables for him and his buddies, and one of them bailed. So I ended up taking one of the spots. Good dudes.
Got to plan that into the schedule at some point.
Yep.
It's just tough, man. When you have when you work full time and then you have a family that you try to spend time with when you're not working.
Yeah.
It's hard to commit every weekend. I mean, I'd love to go every weekend, but it's impossible.
You can't.
Even doing 2 shows a month is a little rough. You try. We're definitely looking forward to Philly. I think it's going to go great. got Collectors Marketplace at the American Dream Mall. You guys are going?
I told Laz that I want a table there.
Okay. So
He
you're
said,
going.
yeah.
What's the price on a table?
300.
And that's for the whole weekend, right?
Yeah.
Was that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday?
I believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm not
Friday,
mistaken.
Saturday, Sunday. Yep. Danny's definitely going. I'm still on the fence about that. I might go for one of the days just to kind of as a guest, but I don't know if I can commit to.
Why don't you come through? If I get a table, why don't you come through?
I don't want to haul anything.
Just bring some slabs. You never know.
Maybe some some My Zion mystery boxes.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, you know why, Bruno? Jess came up. Jess actually brought up a really good point. She's like, people at the mall sometimes they're just looking to buy something.
Yeah,
and they're not going to be your typical dude that's comping everything. They're just going to be like, oh, my son likes basketball. Oh, that looks cool. How much is that? I'll take that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you could sell the you see here's the funny thing about these mystery box stuff and all these repacks and everything, right? They work well for a retail side. If you tell me that I can go and buy something and essentially get a mixture of stuff as a consumer, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Because, for example, I'm not buying a $20 3-pack thing. If you have a mystery box that's $20 that I could get 3 different packs, then I want that as a consumer. The problem is that a lot of the scale is on the reseller to the collector is tipping right now so much to the reseller again that everything is looking for the buy value. So everyone's like, okay, what's the hit? How much can I sell? How can I make my money back? How can I do this? The amount of flipping right now is insane. Because everyone, whether it's the stupid trade up challenge, whether it's the I'll take everything at 60% because I have to make something on it. Why not just buy it to collect it, right? That's the people you want. And I think those are the people that are going to be walking through the mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. The show's going to be advertised and there's going to be a lot of collectors there. And it's like your typical last show where it's the same, it's like the usual crowd that comes and buys and blah, blah, blah. And they buy off each other. And then, but the amount of people that are going to be there just looking to spend a couple dollars on something that is unique. They've never seen a PSA 9, you know what I mean? Zion Williams.
It's a completely different buyer for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole idea. You're getting a completely new set of people that have no idea what's going on, and they're literally just buying something because they like the sports team or they like the player.
That's it's something right in front of them. And something right in front of them that's not there's no store in there that sells cards. You know what I mean?
And majority of these people, I mean, they're basically walking by mistake, by accident. So it's they're just there to just get through. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. It's good. It'll bring in some new people, which is always great. Anytime you get new collectors, it definitely helps. And it's good for the hobby to just introduce people to this kind of stuff and get them into it.
Agreed.
Speaking of new collectors, what would you tell some of these? So if somebody comes up to your table and they are looking to buy a card, what are some of the things that you would want them to know before buying?
Buy the card, not the grid.
I would ask them, what are they looking to do? Are they looking to collect? Or are they looking to make a business out of it? Because there's 2 different sides to it. And depending on which side you're leaning towards, you're going to be buying differently.
No, but he said to the collector, right? We're talking about someone that just wants to collect.
Collectors. Right. Well, Okay, so if it's just a collector, then it's
because you're expecting like these people at the mall, right? This new crowd.
Yeah.
They're not resellers because they
Right.
don't know anything about this. So really, all they are is going to be somebody. They're going to be new collectors because they're looking at something that they like or that they think that they might like, and you're trying to draw them in. So the question is basically, what would you tell them to help them get into it a little bit more, or get engaged, and what to look for, what not, what to avoid, stuff like that.
Well,
I always like to give people like a story behind, especially if I know that there's a story behind a certain card. I like to tell the person that's like remotely interested in it why they should or shouldn't buy that card, because that person, like if it's part of a specific set where you can potentially complete like a rainbow or something like that. You tell them, hey, this card belongs to this series. In this series, there's 5 more like it, and you can collect them all. Something like that.
It's actually a pretty good approach.
Yeah.
I like that idea of like telling them like, hey, you can buy this card, but guess what? You can also chase a rainbow at that point, and make it even more interesting. Like, hey, especially with the one-on-ones, if you have any one-on-ones, that's the best place to start. Oh, you like this player? Look, I have a one-on-one here. It's a great place to start. At the same time, let me pull up what other parallels you can get, same set, so that you could build this for yourself if you like this player.
Here's
that's a pretty good
example. The Gallery of Heroes, like the stained glass from Topps 20. This is 2020 Gallery. There's 10 cards in the set. Like these are like the original stained glass cards that Mosaic comes out with. Yep. There's 10 cards in the set. I was able to in 2 weeks to buy all 10 cards.
Nice.
So it's like, oh, like that Emmitt Smith card is really cool. It's like, yeah, it belongs to a set of 10. If you look them up, you can probably find them and you can collect. It's fairly easy to make, collect that full rainbow. So you can have every single one of those cards in the set. It's obtainable. Or like what you said, oh, this is the one of one. You can start this card and you can, what people do is they chase the rainbow. They try to get every single parallel of that card.
Yeah. That's definitely a good idea.
The reason I said buy the card, not the grade, because a lot of times people get excited when they hear that they just pulled a high-end card, right? And especially you guys on Pokemon, it's not like as exponential as sports, right? But a $20 card, still a $20 card off a $3 pack you just bought, right? So whenever we had new people or whatever, and they'll be ripping, and it's like, I used to hear a lot. Oh, I just made my money back. Oh, I just made my money back, right? Just great. Great that you feel that way. Take that same view when you're collecting slabs, because that's kind of like the steps that happens. Like people start ripping, they like the card, they see it's like a $20 card, $40 card, $50 card, and then they're like, well, if you get it graded, it's $1,000 card. So technically you have a like, you know what I mean? Like they'll pull the charge on and be like, yo, a PSA 10 just went for $1,400. Like, holy fuck, you potentially have a $1,400 card. No, you don't. But right? But there's that drive that gets them to be like, oh shit, that's so cool. Like, and they're like, oh, what about this card? What about this card? And I tell people at the shows, because you could kind of tell people that are collecting, and you could kind of tell people, because they'll ask you about the slab. They'll be like, oh yeah, I love this card. Like, how much did you say? Like, yeah, man. I'm thinking about it. Never once did they check comps. Never once did they look at like what set it's from, what it's this, what is that. They just like the card, right? And those are the people that I'm like, hey man, if this is out of your range, the PSA 9 goes for $40, or the PSA 7 goes for $100 when the PSA 10 goes for $3,000. Like, buy the card, not the grade, because at the end of the day, if you're excited about the card, a grade is just giving it more value for the resale, I kind of think when it comes to this stuff, right? When you're in that collector mentality, like you get excited for the card. You get excited for whether it's a player that, you know what I mean? So it's like, I have, like, my wife collects Meowth. So she has almost every Meowth card possible. And I think I remember I bought a Meowth, like an older one with the gold border. And I think it was like $25 or something like that. And then we found a slab. It was like $100 or something. She was like, "Oh shit." And I gave her the slab and she was like, "Oh, but I have this one already." Like, you know what I mean? Like, she had it in her binder, but I showed her a CGC or a PSA 9 or CGC 9.5, I think, of that card, which is like obviously like 2 times what the other one is worth. And she's like, "Oh, but I have this one already." I was like, "All right, I'll just go fuck myself then. It's okay." You know? You know what I mean? Like, there's that mentality of the collector. Like, the collector is going to go and try to collect, you know, like me sometimes. Like, if a new set comes out, I'll rip a booster box, I'll rip 2 booster boxes, and then I'll just buy all the singles because I want to collect it. You know, there's people that want to chase it. There's people that want to trade. There's people that want to rip it all the first night and sell all of it and not collect a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? So there's that's why my thing is, like, I like telling people buy the card, not the grade, when I see them like kind of like thinking about it, you know.
You actually bring up a really good point. So I PC Kobe Bryant, and mostly like inserts and like just cool looking cards is what, if I go to a show and I see a cool looking Kobe, I'm picking it up. But my goal is to eventually get all of the cards that I really like that I've set to the side graded. Regardless of what grade they come back with, I want to get them all graded. Yeah. And I've had multiple cards that I've gotten graded that they're doubles for me, where I have like a 9, and then I'll send in the same card and it'll get a 10. I'll sell the 10 and keep the 9. I'll sell the 10 because then I can go out and buy more cards to submit, or I can, another lower graded Kobe for that I don't have.
Right.
Because at that point, I don't care. I think the lowest grade I have is a 7. So 7, 8s, 9s, 10s. But if it's a duplicate, I just sell it and try and get more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, the card that I want to eventually get is the Jordan rookie. That's just all-time favorite basketball player, Jordan. I mean, he basically motivational at the time in the 90s for me as a kid. So,
well, he played against senior citizens, so that was the best way to do it, right?
No, teams that were supposed to win the championship, and we just murder them. So, anyways,
he was fun to watch, man. I'm not even gonna front.
Well, all right. Well, that's quick side thing about that. Yes, he was, but the thing about him is that he made everyone else compete way better.
Yes.
And I think that's what made it fun.
Yes.
So without that drive and that competitive nature, I don't think it would have been the same. Because anybody could have just gone out there and just shoot and block and do whatever Jordan did.
Yeah.
But without that nature, that edge, the games would not be the same.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about him. But back to the card. So that Jordan rookie, that's my chase. And, everybody knows it's an expensive card. And, of course, everybody wants the perfect card. But my thing is, like, if I can put some money together to get a PSA 1, I'm taking it. Like, I'm looking for a PSA 1 because I want that card. I don't care what condition it's in. As a matter of fact, I just bought a display from Show Your Slabs that, like, I'm even thinking about grabbing a fake Jordan rookie just so I can display it because it's just that card, just to have to look at that is cool. So, I'm with you.
I went on Etsy.
I'm with you. Like, it's about the card. Buy the card, and that's what I want. I want the card. I don't care what condition it's in. Give me the card. Like that Charizard with, like, no back.
or the Kobe with Rodman on the back.
That one too.
Do I have it here?
You know what you should do?
You still have that card? I thought you sold it.
No.
You
that was
picked it up in
me.
Boston.
That was for me.
You picked it up in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
man,
what
that
you
was
should
good.
do with the share your slabs? So what is it?
Wait, well, it doesn't look that bad. Until...
This one. So this is a Surge. This is a shadowless Charizard.
Yeah.
$1,500 card.
With the thin number.
By the way, perfect example of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
All right. Actually, hold on. Can I change camera angles? Would that work? Can we try that?
You are risky.
I'm gonna risk it all. Hold on.
All right,
we could do this. Hold on. Huh? Yeah, we like that?
Okay. What's up?
All right. Serge, check this out, okay?
All right. Shadowless Charizard.
Shadowless Charizard. Holding on for dear life.
Oh, yeah.
It's real.
But the front looks good.
The front looks really good.
Yeah. I mean, the card's there.
It's not bad. Exactly. For just to say, hey, I have this card, I mean, you got it. Right? That's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea. This is my prized possession. It's I'm trying to collect.
That's cute. I had one of those when I was in the 4th grade too.
This is yours, actually. I bought it from your yard sale. Remember?
Oh man, that's way past our time. I still have the Trapper Keepers.
There you go. Yeah, But what I'm trying to do is.
So what are we looking at?
I'm trying to collect the kind of like the rainbow of Pokemon. So first edition Shadowless,
and then
limited.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get it for every card. So I'm almost there. But I mean, obviously the first edition Shadowless Charizard, it's an $80,000 raw card. Like that one is a $1,500 card. So I'll tell you how much I paid for that one. I paid $80.
You paid $80 for that Shadowless?
Yeah.
The one that looked like someone wiped their ass with it?
Yeah. $80.
Oh my god.
Dude, what a steal though. Come on. Come on, Serge. You got to give me that.
Hey man, some people pay way more money for packs of like just the foil.
Yeah, well. So, think about it. They were selling at Dallas. This guy had heavy base set packs that were potential shadowless.
Right.
So he said they were starting at $1,850 a pack. Okay, almost $2,000 for a pack. He was pre-selling them out of this booster box that was potentially shadowless. Okay. The booster box that has the Charizard, the base set box has Charizard on the side. If the Charizard has green wings instead of blue wings, right? It's potential shadowless packs inside, which you don't know until it's open, right? So he was pre-selling packs at $1,850 a pack up until 9 o'clock when he was going to go live at Collecticon to rip. They were going to honor the price of all the pre-sales to $1,850. If the box was not shadowless, if he opened the box and the box was not shadowless, the first 10 people or the first five people, I think, that bought packs would get guaranteed heavy packs. So, buying it at that premium and you're not getting the potential shadowless, the packs are not shadowless, then you were going to get a heavy pack of your choice. And he was going to weigh the packs and give you a heavy pack of your choice. If they are indeed shadowless, the pack price was going to go up to almost $3,000 a pack. But if you had pre-ordered you're locked in. But yeah, like Bruno said, there's people that are paying that much to potentially get either that Charizard that is raw right now. You could get a really good one for under $600. Shadowless near mint, we're looking at like $4,000, I think. Damaged, like immediate, heavily played / damage is probably around 1,500. Like that's where that's like low of the low.
Crazy.
Did I ever tell you guys how like I was in a Pokemon back when? So my cousin's older than me, and at the time I was probably about 13 or 14, and my cousin was like 20, maybe 21, and he was always like a child at heart. And I was like got into Pokemon cards, and he was a wizard guy, was a magic guy rather. And he's like, "Oh, I want to see what all this hype is." So he goes out and buys 2 booster boxes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, these are pretty cool." So he went out, bought binders, completed. This is when just base set was out. He went out, bought booster boxes of base set, completed his collection within like 2 weeks, every card. Then all the doubles he gave to me. All the triples we gave to my brother. And he was buying probably about 3 or 4 booster boxes a week of just base set.
That's insane.
So then I started flipping these at school because I don't know if you guys remember, but when Pokemon first came out, you couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah. You would have to go to like actual hobby stores, and maybe you'd find some booster packs or some of the pre-made decks. So because we had all these cards, we started toying around. We had our collections built. We started toying around with different decks, and we would read up on. I don't know if you guys probably remember Scry. It was kind of like the Beckett of like Pokemon and Magic. It was called Scry, but it would give you ideas on this pre-internet. It would give you ideas on what decks to build. And I remember we would walk into tournaments. We'd walk into Pokemon tournaments. And I was about 14. That would have made my brother about 10, maybe 11. And he'd, like teenage kids, 15, 16-year-olds, would walk up to him like, "Oh, you want to battle?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure, I'll battle you." So he'd bust out his Squirtle. And the guys he'd be playing would be like, "Oh, that's a cute Squirtle." Next turn would come around. Pokemon Trader. Boom. Mm-hmm. Boom, Blastoise.
Rain
Boom,
Dance.
Rain Dance. Unlimited fucking water energies. They're like, "How the fuck do you have 4 Blastoises in your deck? You're like 10." Wiping the floor with these kids. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah. So I played Pokemon Red on Game Boy. And that was like the thing at school. Everyone had a Game Boy. Everyone had like the link cable. Like it was all lunch, all after school, all before school. Like people on purpose would get to school early to fucking do that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Fuck. So then one of our teachers tells us that they're having a tournament in Toys R Us in New York City. And I know you guys are into Pokemon. You guys should check it out. Everyone's like, yeah. So I go home, my immigrant ass. "Mom, we need to go to New York Saturday." She's like, "What the fuck, New York? For what for?" I'm like, "There's this." She's like, "Shut up. There's no, shut up. There there isn't. We're not going anywhere." So I begged. We gotta go. So like, all right, cool. And like my mom's trying to like find Toys R Us. Like we've never been to fucking Toys R Us, right? I think we finally get there like around 12 o'clock or some shit like that. And we go up and I'm like, there's like nobody here. See some tables out, right? I'm like, oh shit, we're early. Awesome, right? So I go talk to one of the people there and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here for the Pokemon tournament." And they're like, "You missed it." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh.
They're like, "Yeah, it was at 8 o'clock. I was like, 8 o'clock? What? She's like, "Yeah, but I think we still have some promos. Why don't you wait?" And I tell my mom, and my mom's pissed. She's like, "You made me fucking come over here. What the hell?" Right? They gave me a little plastic thing, and I opened it, and it was the Mew card. Not the Ancient Mew from the movie. It was the other
promo Mew.
The promo from the league, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they gave me that, and they gave me like a pack. I think it was Jungle. I think, first edition Jungle with the Scyther on the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I thought this was a Game Boy a tournament. What is this? And they're like, well, these are your Pokemon cards. I'm like, nice. Dude, literally after that after that weekend, I shit you not, like next week, Pokemon cards in the school everywhere. Like that's all you saw. And then luckily we had a corner store that sold. It was really weird. The store, for some reason, I remember this store so vividly. It was dark. They used to sell like school supplies. They used to sell a lot of like Lisa Frank shit. In the corner store that sold like bagels and candy and, you know, like sodas and stuff. And then the store literally right next to it, which is now a hair salon. But it was this old ass lady and sold school supplies, sold loose leaf paper, like by the sheet. Okay.
And Lucy's.
Probably, dude. Then she sold the blue balls that you would play Spike with. Remember those?
Yeah.
And Bruno was like, "Oh, NSFW button." No, but remember those balls that you would throw?
Yeah.
Right? She would sell those. Yeah, man. and then she sold all the Lisa Frank stuff, and then out of the blue, on her counter, she had a base set box open and a jungle box open.
Sold by the packs.
And she was selling packs for $3.50. So every Friday I would go and buy a pack. But it was like for some reason I remember that store vividly. Like I even remember how it smells. Wow. You know what I mean? Like just like it smelled like potpourri. That's what it smelled like. If you ever go to somebody old lady's bathroom, it smells like that's what the fucking store smelled like.
Potpourri and blue balls.
Yeah,
I would make a killing, man. I would make a killing because remember you couldn't buy those things anywhere. You couldn't find them, so I would do my own repacks and sell them for $5. And it's like, and this is around the time, like shortly after it came out, they started making the fake ones, the fake cards. You could see, you know, you hold them to the sun, you could see right through them. You could tell that they were fake. And all my friends were buying them. Like, guys, you're buying fake cards. Like, get them directly from the plug.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I was like in 7th grade selling like $30 in packs a day. Like, taking all my friends out to like lunches after school. I remember I bought like the Woodstock '99 videotape from Graytees in Newark. Like all of that shit. It was crazy. And then like eventually, you know, all these other sets came out and you can find it. So
I never got into Pokemon. Never got into Pokemon. For me, it was basketball cards right away. Basketball, football cards. So for me,
basketball cards were big too in my school.
I mean, I remember the whole trading. I mean, trading was huge. That's all I was doing. Trading and buying and selling the cards for from a nickel up to like $1. You know, if it was a really hot player, $5.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, that's what we were doing in school every day. It's like, oh, you bring the binder every day and you're like, okay, what can I get for this? You know, how about I give you these 2 cards for that Emmitt Smith, you know, stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty fun times. But yeah, it was literally coins is what we were dealing in. Not to mention, at the same time, right around that time, I also started to get into Pogs. So I had a decent collection of Pogs. I don't know if you guys remember that stuff. I got into comic
books a little bit at a young age because my same cousin that was into Pokemon cards, he was into comics, and I had my basketball cards and my football cards, and again, I didn't know much of what I had, But he would come up to me and he says, "Oh, I really like this card. How about you give me like those 2 cards, and I'll give you like 10 comics." And I'd be like, "Okay." And these were like cool, and I would read them, and they were like really cool. And I got addicted to that. Like, said, "Hey, he would come over. I'd see him like once a month, and I would like save like my chore money, and I'd give him like $7. I'm like, here, the next time you come over, can you bring me some comic books?" And he would come back with like 10 comic books.
That's great.
There was some comics that I really got into. Do you guys remember X-Men Children of the Atom? It was a short series, but I remember that I was super into it. It was 1999. It was 6 issues.
Oh, dude, 99. Dude, I'm talking about my sister wasn't even born yet. This was like 94.
Oh, you're talking about old.
I'm significantly older than you.
Yeah, you are. But this
I was in like the 6th grade when Pokemon came out.
Oh, damn.
I was a late bloomer.
I always forget you're older. For some reason.
That's another thing I never really got into was comics. I mean, I would get like random comics here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only comics I really like collected was because I was into wrestling, so they started up comics a little bit.
Yeah.
With like The Undertaker and Kane and stuff like that. And the one I really was collecting was Insane Clown Posse because I was a big ICP fan.
ICP.
Were you really?
Yeah, I'm a juggalo, man.
You're a juggalo?
I am down with the clown till I'm dead in the ground.
Man, I can literally name one ICP song.
Which one? Chicken Hunting?
Let's Go All the Way?
Oh my god, that is way...
That's like the only song of theirs that I know.
Yeah, that's like modern times. No, yeah, I mean, they had a pretty cool... Because the thing about them is that they were very meticulous with how they would release their albums, and they were all about like riddles and everything had to be connected and piece things together. So the comics was called The Pendulum, and they would kind of like tie things in, and like you had to get the comics to create like, I think they would come out with like a CD on each one that had a song, and you'd have to try to figure out what the next one would be and try to kind of piece things together. That's what got me into that. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, for me, it was mostly music, baseball, football cards a little bit, and anything wrestling.
I got into music real early, too. I remember, like, when I got my first, like, Discman, we would go on, like, school trips, and I'd be blasting, like, Sublime in, like, the 4th grade. We're listening to, like, Puff Daddy and the Family.
Oh, my God.
I was all over the place.
Same here, yeah.
But if you like that, do you listen to Coheed and Cambria?
Yeah, I have.
Because they're the same thing. They're like their albums are like stories, and their songs.
Never realized that.
Yeah, their songs are like I think it's like a comic book series, and they talk about like issues. Each song is like an issue.
Oh, so does Taylor Swift.
That's true. Follow along now.
Let me see. I'll show you guys how old I am.
Damn, Insane Clown Posse just unlocked
that one. That one really.
System of a Down, Limp Bizkit, Pantera. What else was I listening to around there?
I mean, you got Korn. I mean, the whole Family Values tour was literally. That was.
But that was epitome. A staple in our generation. That was
for sure. That was like the peak.
Yeah.
You had Disturbed. You had Korn. Like you said, Limp Bizkit. All those guys, man. It was crazy. Good music all around.
It's all shitty music.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready for this?
This guy has everything in his room. Look at that. Oh, nice.
Oh, it was sublime.
I swear to you, I was like in the 4th or 5th grade listening to this on school trips. One of my first CDs.
That's Korn.
Music starts on track number 13.
You remember the enhanced CDs?
Yeah.
That you could put in the computer?
This one?
Oh, chocolate starfish.
And the hot dog flavored water.
Oh.
which I was like yesterday years old when I found out what that actually meant.
Well, please tell
I
our
never
viewers.
knew, so I'm the same way. When it came out, I had no idea.
I had no
Completely
idea
oblivious.
either. I had no
It was
idea.
only later that I'm like, oh, yes. Edible anuses.
I listened to these not the Slim Biscuit one, but these two, man, so many goddamn times.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff.
Isn't it crazy now that like we've gone through both sides of the music spectrum where like as a consumer you would walk around with 20 CDs in your because I had a little like portfolio. Oh, hybrid theater. There you go. Little Mothman. So I used to have like a case where I kept my Walkman, right? And I remember I had gotten the anti-skip one, which was like legit.
Yes.
And then I had in the back of the case, I had like 10 slots for CDs, right? With the little like paper sleeves.
Yep.
Now, imagine having that, right? And imagine evolving into one where you now can burn your own CDs with your favorite tracks. Then came the Sony player that you can burn MP3s. So now you had one CD that had 300 songs to now that you just have fucking Apple Music or Spotify. You literally have every CD ever made, kind of.
Not really. So my take on that is you don't really possess anything.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is you can okay, well let me rephrase that. You can listen to anything right now. Like right now, as soon as I go upstairs, I'm gonna go on my phone and look up Limp Bizkit's Significant Other CD. Just because he brought it up and you know what I mean? But like, yeah, Bruno, I get what you're saying. Like, it's cool to go down and have your collection, right? Have your collection. Like, here's my Blink 182 CD and all that jazz. But what I'm saying is, like, we went from having 20 CDs on you or 10 CDs on you, right? At all times, like Serge was saying, in the school trip, you have your case, you have your 3-4 CDs.
You carry this in your car.
Yeah.
This is your seat of your car.
Yeah.
The 6 CD changer in my Nissan Altima, right? To then the iPod where you had music, whatever, right? But now, like Spotify, you can literally like whatever you want to listen to. You can listen to this podcast on there if you want.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is fine. It's cool, but I think there was something to the fact that you had that possession. So, like, I feel like there was a little more added value or appreciation to the art.
Yeah.
When you had that album, and you sat there and you listened to the whole album. And you swapped CDs or cassettes with friends so you could listen to other albums, stuff like that. As opposed to now where, like, even full songs people can't sit through.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like, okay, let's hear the first verse. I'm done. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Yeah, I'll pay $5 so I don't hear the ad so I can go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no... Man, everything is just so, like, valueless to me.
Yeah.
And not to mention, back then, each CD was like $15.
$20 for new releases.
$20 for parental advisory ones.
Yeah.
$21.98, baby. When FYE was going out of business, I went and I bought pretty much every Disney DVD or Blu-ray that they had available. They are all sitting back there in that case back there. I have like a bookshelf. Literally every, like classic Disney, like Snow White,
Little Mermaid,
like Little
Aladdin.
Mermaid. Everything, everything like Coco and down, probably. Or like, yeah, probably, right? And just like you said, Bruno, like there is that sense of appreciation that you can go to the bookshelf, take out The Hunchback of Notre Dame and play it, right? As opposed to how easy it is to just get a Disney Plus subscription and just be like, oh, what are we watching tonight? Oh, just put on this movie, right? Like you know what I mean? So it's funny you say that, because I was always like, I always wanted like a movie collection, and I was like, that day I was like, I'm not letting this, like, I'm not taking a chance on this. They want everything 70% off. I'm fucking buying the whole store. You know?
No, that was good, man.
Yeah.
All that stuff's still sealed?
No, it's not sealed because this was when we first got married. So, funny story, Jess had only seen Pinocchio and 101 Dalmatians, which I don't know how that's even possible.
What?
Right? Exactly. I have no idea what box was big enough for her to live under for all those years. So, when we got married, I was like, oh man, I freaking love this movie. She's like, I never seen that. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh man, I love this movie. Oh yeah, I never seen that. What is wrong with you? Why haven't you ever seen movies? What is going on? So then we were at FYE and I was like, yo, we should buy some. No, sorry. We were at Target. And I think I've shared this picture with you guys before, where it's a picture of her and she's just holding a shit ton of DVDs. like we had just gotten married and we had just gotten, like, you know, we had just finished moving in and setting up everything. And we were like, we didn't have cable yet and we didn't have internet yet. And we're like, it was something with, like, I think Fios was just getting started in North Newark, and it was like the next available appointment is like in 3 weeks for them to come out and install it. And we were like, all right, what the fuck are we gonna do? Because we're gonna like drive ourselves crazy, right? So I was like, yo, I have my PlayStation that plays DVDs. Let's just go buy some movies. Like, fuck it, right? We went to Target and she starts going crazy. Oh, I never seen this movie. Never seen this movie. Like, and she just has a stack of movies, right? And we're like, yeah, we're going to watch all these movies, all these Disney movies and stuff. And obviously I got the classics, like, you know, like Lethal Weapon, Rocky, you know, Bloodsport. And then literally that weekend we went to the FYE that was in Clifton that closed down, and we bought literally everything. Like, it was like the funnest thing ever. She still hasn't seen a bunch of movies, but I mean, it's gotten better.
Pretty cool, man.
Movies. Love movies. Top 5 movies, Serge. Top 5 movies.
I'll tell you what my favorite movie of all time is.
Yeah, that's easy.
Coming to America.
What is that, Velvet?
Coming to America is my all-time favorite movie.
Nice pick. Mine would be The Crow.
Oh, with Bruce Lee's son?
Brandon Lee, yeah. Brandon Bruce Lee. You
know, he died in that movie. You saw that?
I'm one of the biggest fans, man. I had everything Crow.
Oh, yeah?
I still have all the Crows. I have all the Crows in VHS and DVD. Yeah, I mean, I started to collect a little bit of their comics. James O'Barr, that was actually a comic. So, yeah, man, The Crow for sure. Very inspiring to me.
Do you wear eyeliner sometimes?
No.
Or no?
It's just the way my eyes look.
Oh, okay.
Love guyliner.
I used to always get asked that when I was younger.
Really?
Yes, all the time.
You ever seen that guy?
Are you wearing it?
You ever seen that guy he was in Lost? I can't remember his name, but let me see if I
Hurley? The guy that played Hurley?
No, not him.
There are guys like Derek Carr. Derek Carr looks like he's always wearing eyeliner.
No, this guy, dude. This guy. Watch this guy. Gary. This guy.
That's the Maroon 5 guy.
That is not the Maroon 5 guy, but that's pretty funny.
That's the Maroon 5 guy.
Not the Maroon 5 guy.
What the?
That's hilarious. But this guy, yeah, man. He was in Lost. You guys remember Lost or no?
I remember Lost. I never watched it.
Never watched it.
So good.
My wife loved it.
Such a mindfuck. But yeah, everyone's like, yeah, this guy wears eyeliner, but he doesn't. Anyways, I need to stop searching men in my computer because it's not cool.
I think we have one more topic left to go over. Our mail day debacles that we have. Do you guys trust anybody other than yourselves to drop things off at the mail?
Personally, I mean, no. I'm the kind of person that, like, if I'm not doing it, it's not right. You know, that's just always been my thing. So to put it in the hands of somebody else, especially something like that, where like you have a bunch of, I mean, you're talking about a situation where like you're dealing with a bunch of assholes. Majority of the customers are assholes. So if the tracking doesn't update within 2 hours, like your messenger is being lit up with, oh, do you have tracking? Do you have tracking? Did you ship it? Did you ship it?
Hey, I see you're going through the recap of that break. I noticed I haven't got my tracking number yet.
Yeah.
I honestly, I try to, like I sell on eBay a lot, so I try to get the label printed and it packaged, and I usually leave it over by my keys, but I don't always have the ability to get to a post office while they're open because of the hours that I work. So there are times that I'll come over to the kitchen and I'll go over by Kat's keys and I'll like cough and I'll like throw it at her keys. And she obviously sees it. She sees that I'm like pushing it for her to do it. But I had a situation this week that I got a little annoyed with. She told me yesterday that the cards that I gave her like 2 weeks, like, no, not 2 weeks, but last week, she hadn't mailed out yet. So I'm like, should I just take the initiative and just start mailing them out myself? Or is it like one of those things that, you know, it's like, please, like, if you are able to do this for me, you have to do it for me.
Well, I think it starts off with you need to explain that it's a it's
I have no idea what you're about to say.
That's horrible advice right off the bat.
Sweetheart.
you need to explain that it's you're running a business and that it needs to be put in the customer's hands as soon as possible. And if you can't do that, that is okay. Because you are the one running the business. So
Challenging that play. Challenging that play.
it's all right. I've had stuff that my business partner hasn't shipped out.
You know what you have to do is you have to grab that whip from the door.
Yeah, man.
I'm not getting up again.
It's time. You
I just
start shipping that shit out.
Did I hang it back up? No.
Should have been like, well, I just updated all the tracking numbers and something does not scan. Do you want to? Mr. Whip here has some questions.
If they start asking you where the tracking is, just put in adding cat.
Let me CC my shipping department.
Yeah. Well, dude, there's been times that Danny has forgotten to ship stuff, and I have to the guy's like, hey man, I noticed that I know, but see, here's the thing. When I first started this, we were like shipping like right away, like literally right away, FedExing that shit, because at that point FedEx was hurting for business and they were giving me really good rates for 2-day air. It was like $6.20 if it could fit in that fucking envelope. And I was shipping cards left and right. 2-day to California for $6, way better than USPS.
Yeah.
Okay, when we first got into it. So if you go back to like reviews on my stuff, you see that everyone's like, how is it that we get stuff shipped so fast from you guys? Love it, right? And that was like our forte. That got people really trusting us because we would ship super fast. And So now, fast forward to now, and listen, we all got shit going on. There's going to be times that we forget. I'm not blaming anything on anybody. You know what I mean? So sometimes I'll get a message like, hey man, and this is how it starts off. I shit you not. Hey man, I'm so sorry, but I was just checking this thing. I know I bought some stuff from you. Did you get a chance to ship it? I know you guys ship once a week, so if it didn't ship yet, I just want to know if I have stuff coming or not. Blah blah blah. Let me know. I'll be like, dude, I am so sorry. We do have stuff for you. Here's the tracking number. It hasn't been dropped off yet, right? There's been like that where the customer is super apologetic when it's not even their fault. Then you got the other people like, yo, you said you were gonna ship right away. Where's my tracking? Like, oh, here's the tracking. It's not updating. All right, give it a day. 3 days later, hey man, this is day 3. Did it ship? I'm like, yeah, man, fuck yeah, it shipped. I told Danny as soon as we did the label, yeah, it fucking shipped. He's like, screenshot
Right,
of the fucking screenshot.
right, Danny? Yeah, I sent that shit. Look, see? It's right here.
This
Wait a
one?
minute.
You're talking about this one? Oh man. And it's like yeah man, it's not, you obviously must have not shipped it because it's not updating. And I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, let me get in touch with my shipping department. Let me see what happened. Danny, what the fuck? Did this ship? He's like, fuck. No, I'm dropping it off now. All right. Hey man, super sorry. Somehow we missed it. It's shipping now. You
Did
gotta
you
put it
ever?
back on your
Did you,
on your next shit.
did you ever say something like disciplinary action was taken
Well, no, there was one of
on
them.
our shipping department?
I didn't say that, but I said
We fired our shipping manager.
I did say one time. Listen, there was this one time that we had a release and we had a shit ton of stuff to ship, and it was literally me and Danny's fault. Like, we shipped a booster box when we should have shipped a booster box with an ETB, and it just somehow, like, we were just like, I don't know. It was just human error, right? Looking back now, I think we weren't ready for that volume yet at the time. I think we just took on a little too much for that specific release. It was for Brilliant Stars, I think it was. So here's the fucked up part was that we shipped everything out. We're good. The guy, luckily it was one of our regulars, and he's like, hey man, I got your booster box. Is the ETB combo coming in a different shipment, or are you waiting for me to buy more stuff so you could send it with other stuff? And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Hold on, go back to his order. Damn, he has, dude, hey man, listen, I'm gonna talk to shipping because we outsourced this, and we need to see what the fuck happened because there was a lot of moving parts because we couldn't handle this. Hey man, no problem. Do you, man? Do you? It's all good. I just want to make sure, you know. I'm like, all right, cool. And I look at Danny and I'm like, we gotta fire our shipping department.
I once had a guy on eBay that bought like 2 cards, and he bought one card, paid for it, and then when he bought the second one, he's like, "Hey, can you combine the shipping? Can you send me an updated an invoice with the updated shipping, so he didn't have to pay twice?" And I had already printed the first label, so I told the guy, I'm like, really sorry, the second card that you bought is actually at another one of our stores in a different location, so they had to ship at a 2 separate locations.
What's your eBay name again?
This was back when I was cardboard crack. Like, yeah, it ships out of a different location, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good.
Man.
The best one though is I had my mother, she's over during the day to watch the kids, And a lot of times I was up all night packing and printing labels, and I would just leave it on the table for the next day to take it, right? And sometimes I would rush out of the house and I would forget. And my mom would be like, hey, I'm leaving. I see some packages here. Do you want me to take them to the post office for you? And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Awesome. Great. So then it kind of got into like a routine where it was like, I was like, Mom, do you mind taking this bag with you? Here are all the packages. She's like, yeah, no problem. She's like, I pass by the post office anyways when I go home. No problem. Cool. And she always asks, she's like, no one has to like give me a paper or anything, right? I'm like, no, they're already good to go. You just leave them in the thing for them. All right, cool. So funny story. The homie Kev, shout out to Kevin Brusso. He buys a shit ton of stuff. He buys all the time. And he master sets like myself. So we always do a lot of like trading and with selling with like singles and stuff. So he had bought a bunch of singles from me when Obsidian Flames came out, and I had given my mom the package, and then a couple weeks go by. A really long time goes by actually, and my mom goes, "Hey, I just found this package. I completely forgot about it. I'm gonna drop it off now." I said, "Okay, cool." I messaged Kev instantly. Yo, dude, remember those cards you bought like a month ago? So guess what? My mom just found them in her car.
Wow! Packages! Wow!
We want them now. Oh, apparently my mom then later told me that she found it in the car and she was like, oh my God, I gave this to Louis. And then she saw it said Kevin on it and she thought it was my brother because my brother's name's Kevin. And she's like, oh, it's his. Why is he shipping stuff? Whatever. I'll give it to Kevin. And then she forgot about it. Then she gave it to Kevin. And Kevin said, that's not me. My last name is not Brusso. My last name's Sergio, just like yours. So then my mom put it back in her car and forgot about it. I guess until a car wash or something. Oh fuck! Kevin comes like. The funny thing is that I probably bought those cards again because I forgot I bought them from you, so I bought it from someone else afterwards.
So let's just recap this episode. So it looks like I'll have more time to do more shows after this episode gets released, and Lewis will have to be looking for another daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me not to buy from your breaks because I want my cards within a month.
Oh man,
that's good stuff. Now shipping for me, I mean, I try to get it out within a day or two for sure. Anything that goes past that, I can't do it. Because especially nowadays, I mean, with shipping, with the card market, because everybody's trying to flip everything, especially when things just release. I mean, you're not really being courteous if you're not shipping it right away. It's just, I get what people are trying to do. So, I try to make an effort to get it out the next day. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some stories of forgotten packages that we don't need to get into.
I wish Kevin was here. Kevin had that stuff from Whatnot. Remember just sitting there? Remember when we came back from the National? It was just...
Well, he had Teddy get to some cards one time.
Yeah. I forget who it was. It was like a LaMelo Anthony Davis. It was like an Anthony Davis from Flawless or something like that. And he chewed it up pretty good.
And then he had the Flawless briefcase that he forgot the encased cards.
My God.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
What about that break that he was live and he completely forgot about the other box? And he was doing the recap.
Oh, I've done that. It's happened to me before.
Didn't he leave the camera?
Yeah.
Didn't he leave the camera on one time and he was just like
Naked?
sorting?
Yeah,